Hi, my name is Chris Lindsay from chrislindsay.org. Welcome to this live video on the series. This is the first in the series of videos on helping you to get out of survival mode. So what if there was a thing you could do that by doing it and spend more time in doing it each day, you'd get and help prevent things like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. You'd feel better physically and emotionally. You'd boost your immune system. You'd prevent memory and recall, decision making and attention. You'd actually look younger as well and put yourself in a good mood. Prevent depression and reduce stress and anxiety, and even help with weight management. So what is this magical thing, you might ask? That is sleep. Sleep amazingly can provide all these benefits, and the amount of sleep can play a vital role in determining your overall health. So it can help prevent type 2 diabetes, heart disease, it can improve mood, reduce stress and anxiety, help prevent depression. So it's something that's really important. So if sleep is so vital and so good for us, for our health, how come we're not getting more of it? Obviously with today's stressful lives and pressures of time and work, often sleep can get pushed to the side and ignored. Often a lot of successful entrepreneurs will talk about you can sleep when you're dead, or sleep is only for losers. But so it's always sort of considered like a virtuous thing to be getting less sleep and putting sleep to the side, and if you want to be successful you shouldn't bother with sleep. But from my personal experience and what I've read and researched, I would disagree and think that sleep is vital to be successful. Bill Clinton, even when he was interviewed, said that all of the mistakes that he made during his political career on decisions and things was based on the fact that it was lack of sleep. So Sleep Foundation or the UK Sleep Council suggest that you should be aiming to get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep every night. And you should be also aiming to try to get to bed at the same time every night and getting up consistently at the same time to get your body into that kind of routine. Often we try to lose sleep during the week and think we can catch up with it at the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, maybe sleeping 10 or 12 hours. But the challenge is if you build up a sleep debt over a number of weeks, sleeping longer at the weekend is not going to help to undo that. And also sleeping longer at the weekends will lead to potentially you waking on a Monday morning feeling more sluggish because your body's got out of that routine. So trying to get into it consistently, getting up at the same time every day. Yeah, maybe at the weekends, maybe spend an extra hour or two in bed, but try to stick to that same routine. And I guess the challenge is trying to go to bed at a decent time in the evenings. We've got a lot of pressures trying to do things, watch television and whatever it might be. So try to get into that routine of going to bed at a decent time, maybe 10:30, 11, getting up at 7, whatever. Obviously it's different from people to people. So obviously getting enough sleep between 7 and 9 hours is vital, but just as important is the quality of sleep. So not just the quantity. So yes, you could be asleep in bed or lying in bed for 8 hours, but how much of the time are you actually asleep? So a good measure of sleep health will be how long it takes you to actually fall asleep. So if you're falling asleep within 10 or 15 minutes of lying down and closing your eyes, that's a good sign. If you're falling asleep immediately the second your head hits the pillow, that would suggest you're in a sleep debt and you're maybe not getting quite enough sleep. And equally, if you're lying awake for hour after hour, your brain just can't wind down, it's in overdrive, your heart's racing and you might be feeling tension in your shoulders or in your body, that would suggest that you need to have to maybe try some kind of relaxation exercises. Obviously heart racing and tension can be a result of stress. So you've had a stressful day, you've still got those stress hormones running around your body, which is really not conducive to good sleep. So trying to relax and doing relaxation exercises just before you go to bed is one good way of trying to help your body to wind down, so that when you do actually lie down to sleep, you'll fall asleep quickly and get a good solid amount of time of sleep. So two examples of good exercises or practices for getting your body wound down if you're in that kind of like stressed out, hyped up state, would be breathing exercises and also progressive muscle relaxation. So progressive muscle relaxation is when you go through the body tensing each group of muscles and then relaxing them. So I've got a great video on YouTube which you could follow. I'll put a link to that in the notes below. So that's something you can maybe try just before going to sleep. Or you can use it any time, but that's a great time to do it, obviously, to wind yourself down before sleep. Breathing exercises, one would be box breathing. So this is something that the Special Forces would use as part of their training regime. So box breathing, as you might imagine by the name, is using a box. So you're breathing in for maybe 3 or 4 seconds, holding that breath for 3 or 4 seconds, then breathing out over 3 or 4 seconds, and then pausing at the bottom of the breath exhaled for 3 or 4 seconds. And when you're breathing as well, a key thing to do there is trying to do tummy breathing or abdominal breathing, instead of like breathing from the chest like a lot of us do. So you get much more better, sort of deeper breaths, filling the lungs, getting more air in there by breathing from your tummy. So to practice, say for example, the box breathing, you place one hand on your stomach, and as you breathe in, feeling your stomach rise by 2 or 3 centimeters, and then as you exhale, it dropping back by 2 or 3 centimeters. So just to practice that now, if we breathe in for 4 seconds, 4, hold for 4 seconds, exhale over 4 seconds, and then pause for 4 seconds, and then repeat. And if you repeat that cycle, just breathing in 4 seconds on each side, in, hold, out, pause, maybe increase it to 5 or 6 with practice, and eventually you should fall asleep, or at least your body should be able to wind down, allowing you to fall asleep. So that's one example of what you can do to help get yourself out of survival mode. Just trying to reduce the stress and tension in your body before going to sleep, and just making you wake, feeling more energized, feeling ready to face the day. One other thing which you can use to supplement sleep if you're not getting quite that 7 to 9 hours is naps. You might find in the afternoon between say 1 and 4 p.m. you're feeling a bit sluggish after lunch. You could take a nap for maybe 20 or 30 minutes, no more than 30 minutes, because you want to make sure you don't go into that deep sleep and you wake up feeling groggy. And that potentially can increase your productivity by as much as 34% based on research. So that's definitely something that if you're able to do it, of course, not everywhere is like Google, which provides sleep pods. So of course you can't necessarily take a nap at the office, but if that's something you can do, a little 20 or 30 minute nap will just help to boost you. It would be equivalent to maybe taking a cup of coffee. So if you can't, or want to avoid that cup of coffee, you can take a nap. That's something that you can definitely consider doing as well, just to boost your sleep and just try to get into that routine of sleeping regularly. So I hope you find that video beneficial or useful. Please let me know in the comments how much sleep you're getting and any of the techniques you've tried, progressive muscle relaxation or the breathing exercises, that box breathing, to help just improve your overall health and well-being and get yourself out of survival mode. And I'll post another video next week on the next thing that you could do to try in this video series. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I will speak to you soon. My name is Chris Lindsay.